Hey cosplayers! Welcome, I'm Skylar Osler, and in today's apprenticeship we'll continue to make the Voltron Paladin's Helmet from Legends of Voltron, the Netflix series. So, looks like we're waiting for some people to show up. Sorry, I'm significantly late. I usually mean to start at 9:15 p.m. Mountain Time, but got a little bit behind getting the kids to bed. They kept wanting to do a treasure hunt, and so I set up a little treasure hunt in their sandbox with a map and digging, and it took longer than we had planned, and so we just barely got them to bed, and I got down here to be able to hop on live. So I don't know if anybody's on to hear that excuse or not, but let's make sure we've got chat turned on. We're good to go. Okay. Sweet, we've got 4 people. How's it going, everybody? Who we got out there? Ian Geek Freak. Hey, no worries. Hopefully you're able to catch up on the stream that we left up on YouTube. Nathan Reynolds, welcome back. How's it going? All right, so I don't know how much you guys caught there. We're just going to jump in and get started. I'm going to just kind of explain what we're going to do today, or what we're hoping to get done today. So I haven't gone through and sealed all the seams yet and everything. I was kind of busy figuring out some other things, and then I also started on my Nightwing cosplay. So kind of spent some time on that and didn't get all of this sealed, but we do have some. I was trying a couple different techniques as well. The one I showed you with the quick seal, and then also I was playing around with like something you usually use to patch holes in a wall to see if that might work as well. But yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead and talk through. So what I did do though was, is I went through and I sanded this down, like I said, and let's see, that was with the stone bit on the Dremel tool. I found out that I liked kind of this one that curves a little bit at the top and isn't just a sharp edge at the top, because then it allowed me a little more room for error when I'm going. If I catch this part I don't want to with that sharp edge, it just cuts right through it, or it cuts into it where I don't want it to. This rounded edge kind of gives me a little bit more leeway of, like, it's at least a soft rounding cut when it does it. So anyway, so I went through, and remember the front part here creates the that we glued on last time, created the shape that we needed to kind of maintain throughout this part. And so I just sanded those down along that edge to kind of give it that rounded edge there. And then down here on the bottom, to kind of get it to scoop in more like that, I actually went with the sanding barrel bit. This one's a broken one, but first to cut off more, because it was like chewing, I needed to have it eat a lot more to sand it down along that edge. And then I switched to the stone bit and went through, because the stone bit gets you a lot smoother edge. So you can see how this one's kind of a little bit rougher than some of the work that I did along the top section here with just the stone bit and that kind of thing. So that kind of gives you an idea there. And then one of the other main important things that I did was, let's see, you can kind of tell right here, I sanded up along to this point here and just at a slight taper, and that is going to give us the ability to be able to take our line down that they have on the Voltron helmet that comes down and then cuts across here, because it comes down onto the top of it and then goes down over. So that slight taper, just with that sharp edge just along here, so you can see that's where our foam line is, but now there's like a new line right there that I kind of created from sanding there. So let's see, who else do we have? Jerome, how's it going? Welcome. Loud Blueberries, what's up? Didn't know there was gonna be a live stream today? Yeah, I'm basically just doing every Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Mountain Time. I wish I could do more during the week, but I just got other stuff I need to work on and you know, get things edited, work on my other builds and that kind of thing that I'm working on. So yeah, every Thursday we're planning on it. Andrea, love the Wonder Woman cosplay. Dude, amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that one's a really fun one. I'm really excited about how that turned out. And we've got some more Wonder Woman videos coming out soon on the gauntlets, also the headband, the armband, the boots, how I did those, the boots and like shin guard things. Trying to think of what else is it. Yeah, I already said the tiara and the bracers. Anyway, I've got all those filmed. I'm just in the process of trying to get those edited, writing the script for it, recording the voiceover, getting those out. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And welcome to the live stream. We're building this Voltron helmet. Super excited about that too. So yeah, so let's see, what else did I do? So basically just kind of sanded that all down. And then what I did, using the same technique that we've gone through in the other videos, I put tape, the masking tape or the painter's tape, onto the helmet right here and up along here. And then I created the patterns. I don't know where they've made it off to now. Let me see. Here they are. So, and then just made the patterns just like what we've done in the past videos that we've talked about, where I just put tape on and I kind of taped more than what I needed. And then I just drew on to the tape the shape that we wanted for that line to come, where we wanted that line to come down and where we wanted that line to come down along here. And then as you can see, I've just marked those lines on here. And then I was able to flip the template over, just reverse it, lay it down on this side, and draw those lines as well. So the line comes down along here and then drops down on the side. So what we're going to do with that, in today's video, we're going to go through with a blade, cut along that line, heat it up to get a nice sharp line on there, like they have on the Voltron helmet. And then also, same thing on the back here. I did 1/2 of the design, taped it up, drew it on there, then I just cut out that tape, flipped it over, traced around it. So the same thing back here, we're gonna cut that along these lines to be able to give us that little detail that they have on the back of the helmet. So, so those are the two template pieces, and I haven't gotten any of these extra template pieces added to the template yet, but I will get to that. So then, just depending on how much time, how far we get tonight, I'd like to definitely go through and cut those details in, and then also on the back. And then what I want to do is run the light today. So that's going to be fun. We've got this EL wire you guys have seen in the previous videos that we're going to wrap around the helmet to give it some glow. And then we're also going to dye the visor. So that's kind of the game plan for today. We'll get as far as we can. Let's see what comments we have here. So, Ian Geek Freak. Don't have a full head cast. I want to do a helmet patterns. Where can I get some actual human-sized foam heads? I can try to look that up and maybe post a link in this in the description here. But I know that on Evil Ted's channel, he's found some good ones that are like actual human head size that he links to. For me, for this, I just kind of measured on my own head, combination of like taping around a ball, and then, well, I guess, yeah, I did kind of use this guy a little bit, kind of a creepy one that I just made out of plastic, the moldable thermoplastic, and I just took pieces of it. You can see it's kind of just Frankenstein together, and I just kind of laid pieces onto my face and kind of got a little bit of a head cast. But I definitely know, like on Amazon, you should be able to find some decent ones. So the Iron Kid Gaming still wants to know what color I'm going to paint it. I'm pretty sure I'm going with Keith, so it'll be red. Loud Blueberries has an answer. They have one that's just a bit smaller than their head that they got at Joann's craft stores, but you might have to look. And yeah, also lab blueberries. I'm going with Keith, so pretty sure that's what I've got right now. Yeah, that would be sweet to make his Galra knife to have too. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, all right. So let's hurry and get started. We're gonna go upstairs to start with starting the process of dyeing the visor, because that takes like a half hour or more to sit there. So we want to do that first so that we can come back and check on it after. So let's go upstairs. Uh-oh, cancel. I accidentally clicked finish streaming. Okay, sorry, I had to pull that out of the stand that I had it in. All right, so let's go upstairs and we'll start with the process of the visor. Let me turn on some lights. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna probably switch camera angles here so you guys can see, and I'll try to hold it the best I can for you guys to be able to see while I'm also trying to do stuff, but I'm working with a stove, so I need to be safe as well. All right, so let's flip this around. Okay, so we've got a big pot here. We've also got this Jacquard's. That's the brand right there. I-dye poly. And I got just the, let's see, where's the color? The color is listed right there. So that's what we're using. It comes with a no mess packet that you just drop in, and then also a color intensifier. So it says to fill it up with enough water it's usually, it's for dyeing fabrics, polyester fabrics and that kind of thing. But it'll also work for our plastic as well. And so it says to fill it up with enough to fit the material in there. So I just filled it up with enough to make sure that our plastic will sit down in there. And then it says to add the packet and the color intensifier, stir it up, and then you turn on the heat and let it sit hot for about 30 to an hour. So let's see. Yeah, Keith's knife, be right back. Ian Geek Freak. Luckily, I have a pretty small head, so I'm able to get away with some of those smaller ones too. Hey, Turtle Gamer 24, welcome back. B&D Studios, thank you for joining us. Here we go. All right. So I am going to toss this in, and I guess that's supposed to dissolve in there. And then let me switch hands. I might need both hands to open this. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, then we add this intensifier. And then we gotta stir it around. So to stir it, I'm gonna use just a, probably something metal, because I think that'll clean off the best. So I'm just gonna use like a metal butter knife. Poke this down in there, get it all, sorry, there you go. Mixed around, ooh, that's dark. I feel like I'm making like a witch's brew. Toil, toil, boiling trouble. Okay. So now the one thing I might be kind of concerned about with this dyeing process, and maybe it's just something that we're learning now that we might want to take into consideration for future, is that we might want to dye the plastic before we cut it into shape and shape it, just because I think that with the hot water, as this kind of sits in the hot water for a little while, it might lose its shape, so we might have to reshape it a little bit. But we at least have the right size and it's all cut out appropriately and everything, so should be pretty easy to shape back into place for us. So okay, I've got that all stirred. So now just gonna put this in the sink. All right. Okay, here we go. So here's our visor. I'm gonna turn the heat on. It says to put it on boil, but like I said, because I'm kind of worried about the becoming misshapen with the water being too hot, I'm just gonna kind of stick it on low, like medium low, and see if that'll work. We'll check on it every so often here throughout the thing, but yeah. So because we're just kind of learning and experimenting, I'm just gonna toss this in there and we'll see how it goes. So I'm sure that it would probably be best if I had something to just kind of suspend it in there, like a wire or something like that, but we'll learn our lesson the hard way on that. So there it goes. And I'll come back and we'll fish it out in a little bit here. And yeah, loud blueberries for sure. Fingers crossed, right? So yeah, we'll come up and check on that in just a little bit. So back downstairs. So that stuff's pretty cool. Excited to see how that turns out. And let's get plugged in here and we'll move on to the rest of the show. Okay. So, first things first on this, let's go ahead and cut in those details and get that heated up. So we'll show you how that works. Let's see. Whoa, sorry. Came off of my holder there for a second. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. Should make sure our light is positioned in a good spot and that you guys can see everything here. So what we're gonna do is I'll probably actually want to use the X-Acto knife for this one, just because it's going to be a little bit, I want to be a little bit more precise. Sometimes this one can just kind of get going and keep going. This one you have a little bit more control over. So let's sharpen that, or make sure it's staying sharp. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna start with this side. So if you guys know what I'm talking about on the side piece here and that line, let me just show you the what we're looking at here. So I'm talking about this part right here. So this will be this line that comes down and then curves down around the bottom there. So that's what we're drawing in here. So okay, here we go. So I don't know if you guys can see it with on the camera there, but I do have a Sharpie marker that I drew on with the template piece that I'm gonna follow along right there. So you don't need to go too deep with this. We can come back and deepen it if we need to, but Just enough so that you have a nice little scour mark there. And I've thought about, it would be a good idea for doing these kind of things to using the moldable plastic, the moldable thermoplastic that I use in a lot of my videos, to actually create like a little stopper that I can slide on that only cuts, you know, like a certain depth or that kind of thing. I haven't made those yet, but I think that that would be a good idea for being able to do some of these detail pieces like this. Okay, so that's that one. Let me just kind of check our depth here. That's plenty. Might have gone a little too deep on that, but okay. Now we'll flip it over and do this side. I don't know what's better, an angle like this, or if I were to flip it up and have you guys looking at it from like an aerial view. Let's see. Overhead angle kind of thing. That might be better for you guys to be able to see. So yeah, just going through, cutting in here. Now I'm gonna just flip it over, come from this side. Trying to keep my hand out of the light so I can see the line. All right. Just double check that there. Sorry for the silence, I'm just focusing. These ones are important cuts because they're gonna be, they have to be like perfect on the first try here. So I think that we've got it. Okay, cool. So now let's go ahead and hit that with the heat gun and show what happens there. So sorry, I haven't checked the comments. Any questions on that? All right, here we go. So if you can see, it's already just starting to kind of open up along that cut line, which is a super cool and easy way to add detail to foam. because you can just cut them in. You don't have to worry about trying to do any crazy layering or anything. Just cut it in, and it gets you the kind of that nice indented effect right there, etched into the foam. So cool, there we go. Now we'll do the other side. I don't know, how's this angle, guys, on this? Are you guys able to see this okay with this angle from the top? Hi. Whoops.
Sorry about that.
Okay, perfect, good. Yeah, great. Sorry, loud heat gun. Yeah, Ian Geek Freak, she just showed up.
Hi there.
So Olivia's here now.
Just plug it in.
Jerome, I would totally recommend getting a heat gun if you don't have one. You can get them at a pretty decent price nowadays online and different things. I have a link in some of my videos where you can get it one for like, I want to say like 17 bucks or something like that. Not too bad. And it'll make a world of a difference in being able to do some really cool stuff. So, I highly recommend it. All right.
Hi, Loudberries.
Cool. So I think that's looking pretty good, guys. See if I can
He
show you.
says, just please call me Ian. My father was a geek freak.
Okay, Ian. Sometimes it's hard with username handles here. It's just like I just read the whole thing each time. And I'm not sure if it's like people's actual names sometimes, you know? So, cool. I'll just call you Ian.
Hi, Snoop Cat.
Snoop Cat? That's a new one. Welcome. Cool. All right. So, now we're just going to do the same thing on the back here with this design. So, now with this one, I kind of had to make some choices on the way I designed this, because I feel like in some angles it looks like this is shorter on the top here and it doesn't go as long. Other angles it looks like it goes really long. And so I kind of just took like a middle ground on the back as far as a couple of the different helmets, and then also too as far as for how far onto the side I went. I looked at the like profile angles of the helmets, and you could see this part coming in, and there was about this big of a gap. So I tried to proportionally make, you know, this space here and see some of this coming in from the side, but then also maintain the same look from the back. So I feel like it's a good middle ground. It's probably as good as we're going to be able to get it in real life, where they probably change the drawings and designs a little bit in the animated series, depending on what scene it is. So I feel like we're going to get a pretty good cohesive look from side to back on this one. But I just want to kind of let you guys know some of my thought process and on that. So let's jump into cutting this line out. So we're going to do exactly the same thing we just did on those side pieces, just here on the back now, all right?
Snoop Cat thinks you should do a Mega Man helmet.
Yeah, I've had several people when we were in the process of making this Voltron helmet say that they thought it was a Mega Man helmet to begin with. You probably use a lot of the same principles and even probably the same base template to start with to get going on one for sure. That'd be sweet.
So you just sharpen that with like a regular cooking knife sharpener?
Yeah, did somebody ask on that?
No, I
Oh,
thought I
yeah,
looked
so
it up.
so this thing, I think I mentioned it before, but we have some new people and stuff. This thing that I was sharpening the blade on, it's just, I stole it out of our knife, our kitchen knife block. Yeah, it works great. Also, I have a link. If you go to, I think one of my Wonder Woman videos, I have a link to a kit of like the products I use and where to get them and that kind of thing. And I think I have one of these on that list that you can just find on Amazon and order it. So not very expensive. But it makes a huge difference in keeping, letting you just reuse the same blade for a really long time. So it saves tons of money there. And then also too, it just saves you lots of time from having bad cuts and that kind of thing, because you're able to get some nice sharp edges. So it's a little bit hard to see down here, this line, so I'm gonna grab the template and just retrace that line just so it's more visible. This is where making a template comes in very handy. Let's see, where's the...
Are you like fire? Because I have some.
No.
I found a lighter.
I was just gonna...
To dab on the camera? Does it look... What do you mean, Jerome? To dab on the camera?
Oh, he wants me to do a dab.
Oh. He's asking me to.
Oh. Oh, he wants you to do a dab on camera.
I feel dumb. Oh, as in the dance move. Ah.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
I know, but he's explaining to me.
Oh, okay.
But I'm playing with fire right now, Jerome. Okay, I'll put that away.
There we go. So I just used a silver gel pen this time, so hopefully it shows up a little bit better for me and for you guys on camera as far as what line I'm cutting along there.
Loudberries would like to know who your favorite character from the series is.
From the Voltron series?
I guess.
Oh.
Okay. Maybe later, Jerome.
The dab thing?
Yeah. His little sad face made me feel really bad.
Oh. My favorite character from the Voltron series. I don't know. I think Pidge is really cool just because she's like so brilliant and can come up with like all these cool things and understands the Altean technology so well, so quickly. So I think that's really sweet. I don't know though, as far as picking a favorite.
He said Pidge is his favorite.
Yeah. It's a good one. I mean, I like all of them. They all have different aspects of them that are really fun. I think like finding out that Keith is Galra or partial Galra is really cool and added a lot of depth to his character. I think that Shiro has kind of a fun backstory, and I mean he's just kind of a little bit moody though. I don't know.
Jerome said that his jaw hit the floor when they revealed that she's a girl, or she revealed she was a girl.
Oh yeah. Who was that?
Jerome.
Jerome did, yeah.
Loudberry says she can understand the technology, but doesn't understand that
Altean, yeah.
Altean don't have a place to plug in a video game console.
Oh yeah. That was so sad.
I kind of butchered your sentence there. I was like, I don't know what this word is because I haven't seen the show.
That was so sad though, when they got spent all that time getting all the money out of the fountain to buy that video game, and then they couldn't plug it in anywhere. Oh man. Yeah, it was pretty good. So gel pen thing worked pretty well, so I'm just gonna retrace this again in the silver gel pen. But yeah, I don't know. They're all so fun, such fun characters. I'm curious to like learn more about the princess, because like after she fought off the witch and everything, like, and had like some crazy magical powers and stuff, I'm like, man, what else can she do? So that'll be fun to see. I don't know, the what's his name, the redheaded guy with the mustache, the princess's like right hand man. He's pretty funny, pretty fun character.
Ian is wondering what the ring is for, if it's a wedding band, which in that case it's pretty cool.
This one? Olivia can tell you the story on this one. This one's my wedding band, and then this one is... Go for it.
It was my grandpa's ring, and he would wear it when he would work, and he was always building and working, and so when he died, my grandma gave it to Skylar, and I just love that it just keeps getting more and more dinged up, more and more lived in. Yeah,
it's a really cool ring. I love it. It's got kind of like this regal feel to it that I just think it's so cool. And plus it makes my shots more interesting when most of my videos are just like my hands working on stuff. And it gives you guys a little bit more to look at.
They're saying Karan the gorgeous man.
Yeah, Karan. Oh man. I loved his whole pirate thing when they went to that, like, basically that giant space mall. And he was all thinking it was this, when he last was there, it was like a big like pirate trading hub or whatever. That one was pretty great. The negotiation for the Skulltrite was so great. Sorry, you're kind of out of the loop on that. This conversation.
Like, yeah, Voltron's my favorite character. You know. When they revealed that was pretty cool.
When they revealed Voltron.
I was shocked.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they kind of did reveal him.
See, I told you. That's my favorite part.
They had to work pretty hard to be able to...
It was really deep.
...form Voltron.
Well, I know that they all formed one Voltron, so I guess I wouldn't say that. I don't know.
I don't know if any of you have seen the Deadpool movie or not, but I thought it was pretty funny that they referenced Voltron in Deadpool. I was like, yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. So, we've got that cut now. Hopefully that silver gel pen helped show things up a little bit better as I was drawing on there. So we've got that cut in there. Now we're just going to hit it with some heat and watch the magic happen.
Good. Ian hasn't seen Voltron either. Phew.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Ian, if we just ruined everything for you. This is my favorite part of, like, once you make these cuts and then, like, hitting it with the heat. Oh, this will be interesting, though, to see on the section where we have the seam that we've kind of tried to hide. If it will expand how the foam normally does, if it will react the same. Whoa.
What just happened?
I just saw some smoke. I don't know if that's from the silicone. Or wait, no, maybe it wasn't smoke. Sorry, there was a smudge on my glasses. It wasn't smoke.
I was like, I'm not seeing any smoke.
Wasn't smoke. It was just
It's playing with fire again.
It was just a smudge on my glasses, and I tilted my head, and I have like a light shining right in my face, and so it like moved and it was like this moving smudge, and it actually thought it was
Oh,
smoke.
that looks so cool.
Thought it was smoke, but turns out it was not, guys. False alarm.
False alarm.
Everything's okay. Or not as exciting as you guys thought it was.
Or is it?
Oh, okay. Whoop. So I'm kind of heating it. You got to be careful on some of the seams. If you heat up the glue too much, it will kind of start to come off or pull apart. So.
Hey, CC with 67. Welcome.
So now I'm just kind of trying to make sure that I hold those pieces together because I don't know if you guys saw, the glue kind of started to pull a little bit. It'll go back and adhere just fine, but sometimes once you've already kind of put the glue on and have your seams and stuff, if you heat those seams up a little bit too much, that's like one of the few things that'll cause that glue to release. It's helpful if you messed up on something and you're trying to kind of go back in and try to readjust it a little bit, but it's not nice when you're in the middle of trying to complete it. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? Yeah.
I know, it's way cool.
I like it. So we got that and these side pieces. This is turning into a Voltron helmet, peeps.
At least for me, it's a little blurry. Can you just hold it on that one part that you just did?
Yeah, on this part.
On the back? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I can see it a little bit better now.
Nice little slow-mo turn.
Better.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, you guys. Looking cool. Let's do a test fit.
We can see a table.
I know.
Nathan says it's coming along, that it's awesome and it's coming along nice.
Oh, there you are. Got you on camera.
Oh, hi.
All right. So let's see here. Shine the light on there. Looking pretty sweet.
Oh, I didn't dab. I'm sorry, Jerome. Next time.
You can get the back. Can you see that?
I don't know. Mine's good. Yeah, kind of.
Anyway. Alrighty. Cool. Well, this is looking great. I wonder if I might want to heat these up.
The dye upstairs. Do you want to go check on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, should we check on the dye? How long has it been? Let's check on it.
Hopefully the kitchen hasn't burned down. Just kidding.
Okay. All right. Let's head up and take a look at the dye. Oh.
Did you catch it? Did you catch it?
That was nice.
I'm sly.
Little in the background dab. Okay. So the water is boiling. So at least we were following the instructions. So let me flip the camera around here. So the water's boiling.
Very strong smell.
Yeah. Make sure you do this in a ventilated area. All right. I'm gonna have Olivia hold the phone so I can pull.
Can I open a window first?
Yeah. We're gonna open a window. Maybe 2 windows. You're on camera again. Okay.
My really cool dance moves.
All right. We're gonna try to fish out the plastic and take a look at it.
I know, right, Loudberries? I'm an amazing dancer. Oh, that's very dark.
Ooh, yeah.
Does it stay that dark, or do we need to do it for less time?
I don't know. Maybe we need to do it for less time.
Or less dye?
let's get a bowl where...
Here's a quesadilla that no one wanted to eat. Here is an empty lemonade bottle that needs to go in the recycling. Whose mug could that be? Oh, it's mine.
I just wanted to hurry and spray this out for a minute.
I didn't realize that people on the internet would be seeing my sink. I would have done the dishes.
Sorry. I'm gonna hurry and grab
Do you want to rinse this off? Or is it just, that's how dark it's going to be?
That's how dark it is right now. So we need to do it for a lot less time. Okay, guys, don't put it in this long.
Would it be better to shape it after
Yeah, and that's
you
what
dye it?
That's what I said to him. Is that I realized because of the heat, it did get misshapen and everything too.
Yeah.
So. All right, cool. Well, I have a really dark visor for something in the future. I'm gonna get a piece of plastic that's at least this big and put it in there, and we'll do it for a shorter amount of time and test that. So, like I said, this is you guys are learning with me on this. So, I mean, you can kind of see out of this for something in the future. Do I have dye on me now?
It's all over your face. You're gonna...
No, it's not.
Jerome says you only do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that will probably be a good amount to do. I was just following the directions on it, which obviously didn't turn out so well. So, but it did seem to kind of even out some of the scratches and stuff that was on there with the heat. Okay, cool. So, let's...
Well, you have a whole vat of dye over there.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn the heat down too on it, and then I'm going to take a piece of plastic that's big enough and stick it back in here.
Yes, those are flowers on my wall.
We'll do it for only 5 minutes. So,
Whew. This is a Cafe Rio bag that has really good, mostly not authentic Mexican food. What are people saying? Bless you. Ian sneezed so hard it felt like his face fell off.
Oh.
Jerome says the directions are different for plastic.
Yep. Okay, so now I've got another piece. This one obviously is a lot bigger than what we need, but we'll dye this, and then I'll just use the shape that I did before, put it on there and trace it and cut it off from there. So here we go. And it disappeared into the
I wish
abyss.
you all could smell how awful that smells.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this away.
Yeah, everyone's gonna watch you throw it away. He threw it away.
Alright, I'm just gonna put it on low heat.
Hi, everybody.
And let's set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, Google, set a timer for 5 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes. And that's starting now.
There we go.
Okay, back downstairs.
Here you go.
Okay, it'll probably do it in even less than 5 minutes, maybe.
I agree. His laugh is the best. I love that little giggle.
It's mine?
Yeah. That one.
Okay. Alright, so now for the fun part, guys.
Loudberries wants to know what the smell is like.
It's like a sweet smelling
Like sweaty, stinky.
something. It kind of has a sweet smell to it, but it's like something's burning sweet.
Yeah, but someone also has sweaty socks.
It's like somebody burnt some sweet things and walked in with
No, like they cooked
gym
the
socks.
socks with the sweet things that are burning.
All right, so next up, here we go. We are going to run the lights. Woohoo,
Jerome,
who's
you're
excited
gonna
for that
shower
part?
while we're doing the lights?
Oh, shoot.
Are you the stinky sweet smell?
Okay.
I'm sorry. You probably smell just fine.
Okay, so we're gonna run the lights, peeps. So this is how we're gonna do it. Give you a little run through, and then we'll go about doing it. So.
Oh, Ian wants to know what type of plastic you're using.
I'm using. It's a PET plastic, recyclable number 1. I cut it out of what was this? It was the top to a meat and cheese platter. So it had a smooth surface on the top. Cut that out. We'll probably also cut out this for wrapping around the helmet. We'll see if that gives us enough length. Oh, we need to plug in. I've got a low battery. Eek! Okay. 10% low battery, guys. I've got it plugged in. Hopefully we don't run into any problems. Okay, so the lights. This is what we're gonna do because it has this little power pack thing, and so, but it does have this attachment. So what I'd like to do is have this little attachment piece be able to kind of just come right out the back, so that you can just unplug this and have this be in like the jetpack in the back of hidden in the jetpack in the back of the costume, and then come up the neck and then just kind of plug in here, so that way we're not having to try to build it into the helmet, and we can just disconnect and take off the helmet and that kind of thing. So we need one single point coming out the back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the lights, find the end, we're gonna run that up from the inside to pop out right here, and then we'll go this way with it, have it run down. It's gonna pop back into this inside the helmet here, and then come along here, and then it'll pop through right here, and then wrap down, around, come back, pop back through to the inside, come back up, and come out on the other side, or whatever side we didn't run it on before. It'll come along here, and then go all the way to this side. Same thing over here, down around, back in, and then back down along the bottom here, and then back through the hole in the back. And then we've got it all run. One wire, no cuts, no soldering, no need for any of that. And we just have one plug spot. Boom. So that's the plan.
Good night, Loudberries.
Good night, Loudberries. Have a good one. Okay, so let's do it. For this, for kind of poking some of the holes through, if you have a wood burner, that works great. This one's different, but it'll work. If you have a wood burning tool, that would probably be good. I use kind of like a soldering iron to do some of my stuff like that sometimes. But I couldn't find any of those with the move.
Google's telling us that.
And so, oh, timer's going off. You guys have already seen it. I'll just run upstairs and check on it. So, Olivia, do you want to take over?
I'm going to take over so hard. I'll like plug this thing in a minute. Okay. I'm coming. It's been a very long day, so don't judge me. Hi guys! I'm just here doing some cosplay, being a cosplayer. Hope I didn't break something, ruin something. It's all good. So, how are you all? I think that, ooh, yeah. We should just see if Skylar notices. how to put that up. Okay. That would be amazing if I just like whipped out the helmet in no time. But I do more sewing on my cosplays. So, just hanging out with you guys. Do you have any questions for me? I'll try and read them on here. Hi, Connor. Good night, Jerome. Aw, you're leaving. I really wish I could just finish the helmet. I think that would be the best result of him leaving me alone with you guys. But I don't know how. This is Skylar's scary mask that's supposed to be from his face. And it's like really creepy. And so I said if he ever died, I'd probably like go crazy and just like carry it around with me. But I think it kind of looks like Deadpool's face a little bit. A little bit of Wayne Wilson going on there. Anyway, thought this would be a lot faster. How does he read comments on here? This is amazing. Oh, look, there are more. Oh, what's my next cosplay? So I'm doing a steampunk Catwoman costume. So I'm making the cowl. Well, I might have Sky make me the cowl. And then, but it's gonna kind of look like it had some sort of function, like hearing. I don't know. So it's gonna have that and gears and everything like that. And then I've bought some like pleathery pants and corset that I'm gonna kind of mod and add some gears to and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna make my biggest part of it is making the bustle, like kind of a saloon looking type thing. Oh no, it's just as dark.
No, not quite.
Okay, so maybe like 2 minutes?
I think like 1 minute will probably do it.
1 minute.
So, take 3 on this. I don't know if you guys can see. So it's not as dark. It's more see-through than this one. But yeah, I think like 1 minute is all we need. So.
Or less dye.
Well, it's like it gives us this huge packet.
So.
Well, it all comes in like a no spill dissolving packet. You can't really just like determine how much you put in. But anyway, so good thing we have a spinach container lid.
Thanks. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. Hey, Ashley. What paladin did we decide we're doing?
Keith.
Keith. We're doing Keith. I'm sorry, anyone who's back. I'm just sitting in front of the camera while Skylar dyes some plastic.
Yeah, so if you guys just got back.
So we're trial and error here. We're trying to get the plastic to dye.
Oh, and I think it's some of the dye still coming out on that part of it. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go try another piece.
Yeah, so that's my cosplay right now, and then I want to. So I did Wonder Woman because Skylar made me that in one of his other tutorials, and I kind of want to try. If I can see if I can make the corset out of either a thinner foam or play around with the Warbler that we just got, but I don't know if Skylar would donate that to my cause since I already have the whole thing made. But so that's what I'm hoping to do, and then one day we do these for Comic-Con, and then we always take the kids, and it's just really hard to dress up with the kids, so I usually just wear a piece of my costume. Yeah. So I think that answers questions. Sorry I'm not as entertaining as Skylar. I can kind of recap on what we did. So today what Skylar's shown you is he created a template. It fell. He's created a template from tracing it, and then found the center line, cut it in half, and then taped it on. And once he drew that out, and he ended up having to use a silver Sharpie. Then he flips it over, center point, and does it again. And then we've taken a razor blade that he used one of these little sharpening guys to sharpen it. And then he's traced this out, and then he used a heat gun to kind of widen that crack. And it looks pretty cool. So that's kind of where we're at now. I can probably answer questions about things that he's done so far if you have any, because I watch him do it when we do these live things. So, I'm going to do a monologue for you. No, I'm not. But, what am I supposed to do? I don't think this is on. Okay. Next, we're going to be using, we're going to start doing the lights. So he's going to use, I don't know what this is, but he said that a wood burning tool is going to be handy for burning a hole through to string the lights through. Oh wow, that heats up fast because I smell it now. So, do you guys want to see his Nightwing costume? I don't know if he showed you, because he probably did, because he likes to show things, but I thought it was pretty cool. He's working with Sintra in this one, and it's going to have a lot of layers to it. That's just the back piece, and then this foam back piece that's underneath. It's really cool because you can like see the collarbone through it and stuff. Is it's cool. It has like this zipper in it to get it on and off. Can you see that? Anyway, it's gonna be really cool. In fact, I'm gonna be sneaky, and unless he already showed you this, because then I'm gonna feel not so sneaky. But I'm gonna show you some of his drawings for it, which are pretty cool. So he's kind of creating his own Nightwing armor, and as though the character were brought into a live movie. And that's the back, which is what kind of I just showed you, and I really like that articulating spine. Anyway, hope I don't get in trouble for sharing that. And I think we should go see upstairs what he's up to. If I can get this out of the little thing, so that we can see what the die looks like. But he has it in this like super tight case. Okay. Here we go. We're all okay. Oh my gosh, the smell is so bad.
So, that was 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
So I greatly diffused it, diluted it. I filled the tub or the pot just full of a bunch more water to try to dilute it a little bit, because I think it might just be too thick. And then I'm really only going to just try dipping it just for a couple seconds. But I'm out of big pieces. I'm going to have to scrap some. So I'm just gonna try dipping a piece. Let's stir it first.
So can you hold this while I run and grab a charger for it?
Oh yeah. One of the battery packs? Okay, just giving it a quick stir. Let's switch the camera angle here so you're not seeing this. Okay. So I'm just gonna try just like literally just dipping it in and pulling it out. I mean, so it probably needs to get back up to heat. I did dilute it a bunch, so.
So I can't reach, but can I just?
Yeah, you can stand from back there.
Ah. So they were like, not many people once I took over. Oh, and I showed them all your Nightwing stuff.
Oh, cool. So a bunch of people dropped off?
Oh, they're all back now
Okay.
that you're here.
What? Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Paper towel, paper towel.
If you stain my beautiful white countertops.
Hey, you want to help me?
Nope. Just gonna play the blame game. Hey, there's picture call on there. You used all of them?
Yeah, between every time.
Way to go. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Every time I have him grab one, I let him grab one over there. Sorry, just having to maintain our countertops as we do this. Okay, so I think that this is going to be a better method for doing this. Basically just taking the piece and just dipping it in for a couple seconds, pulling it out, dipping it in, pulling it out till you get the level that we're wanting. So I think that you might be good with this one.
Dying! The plastic, not dying as a person.
Okay. So, I mean, like, we're looking at that. I was just dipping it a couple times. And maybe...
I feel like the more concentrated areas are in the thicker parts.
Here?
Where you have the curves and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like that should be pretty good. I think that's a pretty good color. I mean, maybe the turquoise is a better color. I don't know. But, so yeah. You get the idea. I'm going to have to remake the visor, but we saw how to make the visor. We saw now how to do the dyeing. Don't put it in for a half hour, or for 2 minutes, even, or for 30 seconds even. So it's literally just like a dip and pull it out. So good to know. We learned a valuable lesson. So let's head down and run the lights. I think that'll be fun.
All right. Oh yeah, I showed everybody the Nightwing cosplay that he's working on because I ran out of things to talk about.
Yeah. All right, heading back downstairs. We're gonna run those lights. That Nightwing suit is fire. Thank you. I'm super excited about it. It's really fun because I get to. They haven't put out a feature length, or any kind of live action. Hollywood live action video, movie, or show for what Nightwing yet. So I get to come up with the design for this to kind of translate them from the animated series to the to a live action character. So that's really fun. I get to kind of have more creative leeway than just simply replicating a Hollywood design. So anyway, so we got this plugged in, and I've got some blue hands, so that'll be fun. And we're gonna run the lights. So first off, we want to have a hole from in. Let's put this straight on here. Let's see, lower this. From the inside of the helmet here at the back, we need to just burn a little hole out so that we can run the wires out into here. So to do that, we're going to use this. This is a foam cutting tool. Pretty much anything that they tell you is like for foam cutting and it involves burning, don't actually buy it for cutting foam because it doesn't really work. A blade works a lot better. But in this instance, this will work for burning a hole through foam. So it will probably be a good idea to wear a mask for this. A full-out respirator would be best, but this is what I have on hand available right now. So here we go. Let's switch to overhead angle. See if we can't shine a light in there. Can you see what's going on there now? Okay, so basically I'm going to take this and just kind of just burn a hole right through to the other side. And apparently actually you want to try to go just straight out as possible with that. So this real time it really is smoke, people. Whew. Okay. Helps to have like a towel or something on hand that you can wipe what gets onto the thing off afterwards. So, I mean, you could also do this same thing just by using like you know, you could just drill a hole through as well. That might be a good option. So let's go ahead and try and see if we can't feed this through. I think mostly I only went through the hot glue. That's what the smell smells like.
I just feel like the smell is just that kind of smell came up when I was just even turned it on.
Oh, okay. Alright, sorry, I'm just untangling this so we don't have to untangle it once it's in the helmet. So, okay, here we go. I'll try to run this through the hole. There we go. Haha! It worked! It's working! It's working!
That's so cool.
So I'm going to pull it all the way through to the end here because that's where we want it to land. We should probably have it turned on for this whole part, or should we wait and then turn it on once all of it's run? That'd be a cooler effect, right? Okay, cool. So then we're going to run it along here. Maybe it might be a good idea to kind of hot glue that down a little bit. Okay, so now, can you guys see okay here? Whoops, probably not anymore. I knocked my light over. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see. I'm just gonna now poke the hole through right here on the bottom. Whew. So now I have to find my end again here. Feed that through. It's kind of like sewing with EO wire. The name of this video will now be sewing a helmet with EO wire. So once again, just pulling it all the way through now. Okay, and we want to make sure this all lays flat. Pull it through till that's the case.
Smurf hands.
Yeah.
That, I need a mask for. Yeah. Ooh. That's bad.
Yeah, there's another mask.
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just kind of doing my own thing for a minute. Ian says that your Nightwing reminds him of the Arkham games Nightwing.
Oh yeah? Sweet. Yeah, I haven't, I'll have to check that out. I'm basing mine off of the Young Justice Nightwing character, but I'll have to check out the Arkham. Is that the games?
Yeah, I think we looked at.
Oh yeah, I watched some gameplay of that to look at his what is it? Taser sticks. I'm pretty excited about those. I've got some LEDs and stuff that I want to like build in. And I am recording the whole Nightwing build so that I can make a video of it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to plan out kind of where I'm going to run this to kind of hide it down into the foam so that it's not lighting up on the inside of your cheek, you know? And so we'll probably want to just like burn in a little hole here for this to kind of hide in. And we can put like some electrical tape over it or something like that to hide that. So let's get it run in there and then we can figure that out. So basically, let's kind of plan this through. So basically my idea is we're gonna like do the Great Escape style on here. I'm gonna try to kind of come in. Actually, we should probably try to come in at an angle from like back here somewhere. And then try to feed it up through here, run the... So it'd probably be best to pick our point here where we want it to come out and then run it back to pop a hole out through it. Does that make sense?
Hi, Christ. Watch. How do you say your name? I don't know.
Sorry.
Christoph? Christoph. That would make sense.
Christoph?
Like Christoph. Wooch. Yeah.
There we go. Just had to change my light so my hand wasn't getting in the way for you guys.
And then Ashley was saying, this is completely unrelated, but I'm making a Robin suit. What would you recommend that I use to make the mask so I don't have to use straps to hold on to my face? And someone suggested spirit gum or white glue.
Yeah.
I'd suggest spirit gum.
Yeah.
From my theater background, that's what we would use.
Yeah, you can use spirit gum.
It'll kind of hurt when you rip it off, but... For the cause, right? For the cause.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll work. That'll work really well. Spirit gum. Then that way, you know, you can kind of stick it on there without having to. And then as far as the materials for making the mask out of, um, depending on what you're kind of going for and what kind of details you're putting into it, you could make it out of like a silicone, but that's not going to work as far as for sticking it to stuff very well, because things don't really stick to silicone very well. But you could make it. I'm going to make my Nightwing mask out of just out of craft foam. Probably that, or you can use like the moldable thermoplastic that I use. You can roll it into a really thin sheet, and you can make a mask out of that, which works really well as well. So yeah, any of those options is what I would recommend. If that makes sense. And then yeah, use the spirit gum. So I mean, any of those, it depends on like how much movement you want to be able to have in it. If you're wanting to kind of have it move a little bit with your face, then I would recommend like a thin foam, like craft foam or something like that. And then, but if you're wanting something that's kind of a little bit harder looking, I'd go with the plastic. Uh-oh, what did I do?
You're fine, you just need to pull.
Oh, I just need to pull this through this way instead. Okay. Oh, shoot. But now I got that wrapped around.
This looks even funnier on camera.
Okay, we got a snake of cables here. And now I need to figure out where I was on that.
And Ashley says thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
So we were talking, and didn't we kind of talk about maybe using electrical tape to kind of tape down and kind of hide the light so your face isn't lit up?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know how well you guys can see there, but yeah, I mean, you can even just do electrical tape and just leave it on the, like, as much as it's sticking out here, because I don't think that will really do too much as far as getting in your face. But yeah, just doing a little bit of black electrical tape over this, the part that's on the inside, so you're not seeing that on the cheek especially. But then, yeah, or you can, if you want to make it more flush, you can just take like a burning tool thing like this, or even just like a hot, something, or even just a razor blade, cut it along that line, and then hit it with the heat gun. And then that kind of gives you a little valley to set that in. Which is actually, let's do that right now. I think that's what we'll do. It's probably a good option. So, you okay? Sorry.
I don't know why I just like hate having the mask on my face.
Let's see, where did there it is.
I was trying to tell people what we did because I didn't know what else to do. So I was using it.
Okay, can we see that okay? So basically I'm just going to do what we did on the outside of this piece, and I'm going to just cut.
There's no reason to like hold it back.
Just kind of cut in a groove here.
Yeah, double stick tape might work, or there's like tape to use to hold like your shirt in place or your dress in place if you're wearing kind of like a strapless shirt. So that might also work too, which is just kind of like, but I'd be nervous because you're putting it by your eyes, so.
As far as for what?
As far as like sticking tape.
Oh yeah.
Eyes.
Oh, for the mask?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So you can use that. I don't know how your skin would react though. Whereas,
yeah, if you have any kind of allergies to... Sorry guys, I'm trying to hold this at an angle that you can see what's going on in there, but it's a lot going on with trying to get in there and get the camera to see and get the light in there. But I mean, you guys have seen this effect before, so kind of just a repeat. Okay, so you can see there, I mean, once I tape it down in there, but I've kind of got a little bit of a groove that it can kind of sit in now. So it's a little bit more flush, it's not sticking out on your face as much. Then you just throw some black electrical tape over that to hide the light while it's on the inside. So then we're going to run this part around here, down inside. And we might need to hit some of these spots with some hot glue to get it to stay in where we want it to. Can you plug in the hot glue gun?
Sure.
Make sure that we don't leave it on all night this time.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on just a second. Some rearranging. Got a bunch of hot items in here.
Don't get your...
Ah!
Yeah.
Scary. I almost rolled the helmet right into the heating tool thing. Okay, so first we'll want to start here and make sure that this is all nice and tight. So I decided I want to take the hot glue gun and kind of come in here and just put a couple like spots to kind of just hold it down so that when we push it in there nice and tight that it'll stay, so that we're not, you know, pulling through the wrong amount or anything, or missing, you know, we end up getting it all through and we're like, okay, we're good, and then we come back and there's like a bubble or a bulge in it or something. We don't want that. So let's see. I'm just going to kind of push this up and just through here, and then we'll throw like a little. Is this heated up yet? Okay, not yet. Still heating up. Sorry, guys. So yeah, really excited about the lighting on this.
Sorry, about that.
Oh, the phone? Oh yeah.
Night, Ian.
While we're waiting for it to heat up. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. Come on, hot glue gun, you can do it. Ah, there we go. Okay. So then I'll just push that down. Nice thing about the hot glue is that it's transparent, so even if it gets on the light a little bit, it shouldn't completely, you know, make it not be able to show up or anything. So like cover up the light at all. So that's good. And then we'll put just a little bit right here on this edge, right before it dives into the hole. Make sure that's pulled nice and tight. Sorry if I'm out of frame.
Yeah, you were.
It's hard to keep track of where the frame is and when you're focusing. Cool. There we go. So then.
Still have diet going upstairs. And
Oh yeah, can you go turn it off? Thanks, sorry. Okay, so then on the inside here, for this portion, let's just stick a little bit of glue just down right in here. That glue is hot. I guess there's a reason they call it a hot glue gun.
What?
Hopefully you guys can see that what I'm doing in there. It's really hard on this stuff on the inside of the helmet to be able to. Yeah, it was one thing. It'd be one thing if this was like opened up right here, but because we have that gets in the way too on top of everything. Okay, I think we'll just kind of tape that part down because we're going to want to cover it up with electrical tape anyway. So now inside of here, let's move this a little bit further away. I keep getting too close to hitting that. Oh, so we've been going hour and a half already? I didn't start till 9:30 tonight.
I just saw that we have 3 or 4 people on, so I didn't.
Okay.
Most people are kind of heading to bed.
All right. Well, anyway, it's probably getting kind of late. So, I mean, you get the basic idea. We basically did it. You would just pop it back out through again here, and then poke a hole in here, and then run it along the top. And then the same thing, poke a hole through here, run it down, and through here, back out, up around the bottom, and then push it back through where we brought it in, and we'll start off from that point. CC Wiz 67, sweet. You have done a Dick Grayson from Young and Justice, sweet. Arachnaboy, welcome. Okay, so Ashley, great question. So the next live stream's gonna be next Thursday again. So I'm unfortunately I can only do them like once a week, just with everything else I have going on. But I'm trying to do every Thursday at 9:15 p.m. is when we start. And the reason it's so late, 9:15 Mountain Time, is that that's after once we get the kids to bed and I have time to be able to do this. So, yeah. Well, let's see. Let's flip the camera angle here. So, yeah, sorry, it's kind of getting late, but I feel like we got a lot done tonight. I'm really excited about how this is coming together. We got the details on the sides added in and on the back. We learned what to do and not to do when dyeing your visor. And we've got the basic idea down of how we're running the lights. So I'll get the rest of that run, and then for next time, then we'll be able to start from there. And I think at that point, it'll be just kind of getting everything prepped and starting the paint job probably.
Yeah, get everything done.
So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. As Robin Egg is done. Cool, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
Ashley wants to know if you're going to do a video of your Nightwing cosplay.
Yes. So I'm recording everything I'm doing on the Nightwing, so that I can make a video, and I'm actually even taking pictures of my template pieces. I don't know, because I'm kind of building it to fit me specifically. I'll, make the template available. I don't know how helpful it'll be. You have to try to scale it or alter pieces to fit, yourself or different things. But yeah, I'm excited. So I'm going to be making a video out of that too. I'm recording it as we go, the whole process. So yep. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Until next week, feel free to check out all the rest of my videos on my channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and cosplay on, my friends.
Bye. Good night.
See ya.